Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 62 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I'm hanging out. As promised, I just did a little bit of maintenance work on this thing off camera between last episode and this. As a matter of fact, I don't want you set up there. And we're going to run this guy up here right into a barrel. Your job is to accept items and behave. Hey, good, you're behaving. Cool. Don't get in there and get blood in there. I keep doing it. I did it again. I do it a lot. It's alright though. We'll straighten it all out. So let's see here. I just need to wait until there's blood in there, and then I got the wrong one. There we go. Oh, come on. Drain back in. And now. Oh, I keep missing. I think I know what I need to do. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. Got it. I have to, like... See, I did it again. I have to put, like, a safety guard in here or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Is there any more blood? No, I got it all out. Okay. Come here, you. You're done. Alright, so I've got this thing hooked up. We're going to set this guy in here. You'll notice that I actually set up a timer here. I found that when there were villagers in here, and there was emerald in here, it was working great. But when there was no villagers and no emerald, it wasn't working great, because it was actually pulling out the aluminum, and it was empty too long, and the villagers would just build up. So a timer really is needed, so I went ahead and added that. Boom, ticks, and then it pulls out the aluminum, puts it back in every, I don't know what I set it to, 6 seconds? Cool. This guy is about to be set up to ignore redstone signal and always pull items out. Boom, there it goes. There's my first emerald block as a result of this build. Well, maybe second. But one way or another, it's working. I'm happy. The end. I've got some stone covers here to make this look a little fancier. So let's see. I should be able to put this like right here and here and here and here. And then a stone hollow brick cover right like this. There we go. So at least it looks a little bit nice. Look at that. That looks great, actually. Cool. So we've got all our good stuff here up and running. I could even cover this guy up if I really wanted to be fancy about it. I did also make one other little change. I connected these guys with a red alloy wire and then the green connection on both sides. For whatever reason, it didn't feel to me like it was actually working correctly with the connector touching the bottom of the block. Having the red alloy wire there seems to make it better. I don't know why, to be honest with you, but it just didn't seem like it was working so hot. But long story short, we now have the ability to turn on the fans, turn on the spawn, activate the drop, and we should be having lots of emeralds show up. I'm going to let this run for a few minutes and we'll come back. There's that butterfly again. What is going on? He must be stuck in a wall or something. Ah, there he is. There is a forestry butterfly in there. Hello, little butterfly. I'll let you stay. So, now that we've got that up and running, there's a couple other things I wouldn't mind getting started to work on. One thing I'd like to do is get a wither spawner going. I would like to be able to repeatedly kill the wither and use his nether stars for things. Oh good, he's out now. You can stay down here, butterfly. That's okay. I won't harm you for now until you get in my way, and then we might have a problem. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Alright, fans. Oh, just a little bit of lag spike there. Let's see. Fans should be running now? No. Fans running now? Come on, fans, don't mess with me. They were working just a minute ago, too. I have to figure out why they stopped working, but I want to get another star generator. Basically, I have to kill the wither. A bunch, probably. So what I'm going to do is set that up. So we're going to have to do a little bit of infrastructure first to make sure we have everything we need to spawn the wither. We need wither skeleton skulls, and you guys know how much of a hassle that is to get, right? Wither skeleton skulls, if you're looking for them in the nether, prepare to spend a few hours to be able to spawn one wither. I don't like that. we're going to have to come up with a better solution. And for that, we're going to do something pretty familiar, but also something pretty new in order to get ourselves a lot of wither skeleton skulls. Alright guys, we will be back in just a few minutes. You know what, I must have clicked this when I placed the cover here. That's why it was not working. Alright, for real this time, back in a few minutes. Oh yeah, there we go. Now the fans are running. So let's dig through our old friend, the Tinker's Construct book, and see what kind of nifty tricks we can come up with. One in particular that I'm looking at here is the cleaver. The cleaver is a heavy defensive weapon. The sword is unwieldy, but the sheer weight of the tool crushes foes. It has one special natural ability, which is called Beheading 2. It beheads mobs. Their head is dropped as loot. So this can cause all kinds of skeleton skulls to drop. So if we take a look in here, we'll see that there's skeleton skulls, and there's also, I believe, some heads that can come out of this. So zombie heads, player heads, and creeper heads. So if you use this awesome tool, you can get this thing going. Now you can also, if you want, do an upgrade to your tool. Let's see, it's in here somewhere. There's several upgrades, as we know. We're looking for knockback, beheading. So for an emerald pearl and an obsidian piece, you can upgrade your existing weapon to beheading, but I'm not interested in doing that. I think I'd like to actually make the cleaver, which will be specifically used for beheading mobs. Hey, cool, these guys grew. Nice. I bet these guys are growing too. Awesome. Might want to just harvest all these at the moment. I mean, granted, I have a pretty good emerald farm going on, but I would also not mind if I could... Good, I got most of that collected. I bet they stole some of my end stone. That's okay. I've got the emerald farm going downstairs pretty well, but I do want to hang on to these ender lilies. So I will, because I'll probably set them up and automate them at some point anyway, just for good measure, because you can almost never have too many ender pearls at this point, right? Alright, so let's get a cleaver going. We're going to need a couple things. First off, we need to decide what kind of cleaver we want to get. Since we're going to be hunting the nasty wither skeletons, we should really make our best attempt to make as powerful of a cleaver as we can. So we're going to need a large sword blade and a large plate. And we're also going to need a couple tough rods. So I should have some tough rods. So we've got the tough stone rod, yeah. So we do have that. We can get a pattern for that. We've got a stone plate, and we've got, we don't have a sword blade. So let's get one of those. I don't know if we have a, oh, here's all my patterns, cool. Are these, I should probably put this guy over here with these just so everybody's organized. So I've got the large plate cast. I don't think I have a large stone cast, but I do have a tough rod cast if I want to go with tough rods. So let's get a large stone pattern. Do I have any patterns, blank patterns in here? Oh, good, I do. So let's see, large sword pattern. This is a refresher for you guys who, haven't remembered exactly how this works. So this guy is a material cost of 8. So let's put him in here. These guys in here, we'll get our stone tool rod, and then we can use this to get something. Let's go ahead and put you away. And I'll request 1 piece of aluminum brass, which, hey, remember I have a ton of this stuff now? Maybe not necessarily a ton, but enough to be pretty happy with it. So aluminum brass, good to go. We'll toss this guy into the cooker. We'll pull this out, put him in here. And when this is done melting, we'll be able to create our sword blade cast. In the meantime, I wouldn't mind finding out how I'm doing for ardite and cobalt. Not so much. Cobalt? Better. Significantly better, but I mean, in the end, we're going to need a bit more of that stuff because there's actually a couple things I have planned. So I definitely need more ardite if I want to get Manulin sword blade, because Manulin's pretty much the best. I mean, you can't beat Manulin when it comes to weapon damage. So that's probably what we're going to want to do. So why don't I go ahead and see about doing that, and then we'll come back in a minute here and manage to make this thing. So just a little bit of a warning, you do have a heat meter up there in the top left when it comes to the awesome armor we have. Don't let that get too high, because if that temperature meter gets up too high, bad things can happen. And you'll notice that here in the nether, your temperature meter doesn't go down. So really try and avoid taking too much fire damage with this suit on. When you do go back to the overworld, though, your temperature will go back down to 0 Celsius and you're good. And you know what I forgot? I didn't take my nether book, I took the portal. Hey, for 60 episodes I've been taking a portal. I forgot. Alright, let me fly around, find some ardite, find some cobalt, and I'll be back when I've got the resources I need and all that other good stuff. Oh, and you know what, guys? While we're here, why don't I see that I happen to stumble across Wither Skeleton, so I'm just going to snag him in my safari net. Thank you. Oh, and cobalt. Nice. Alright, back to hunting for more cobalt and ardite, but I've got a Wither Skeleton. What do you think I'm going to use that for? Alright, melting down cobalt and ardite. Remember, I'm going to need 16 total, so melt 8 of these each, and you'll get a total of the 16 liquid. Should be good. So since I need 2 tool rods, I'm going to get 1 out of cactus, which remember the cactus modifier makes it so that as the tool takes damage, its damage modifier gets low, its damage that it does is going to get higher. So let's see, we might be able to see this. Yeah, maybe. So that's what Jagged does, as we recall. Oh, we're almost done here, so let's get these guys poured out. So if we pour out into the plate chest here, remember this guy won't pull out because he's only looking to pull out aluminum brass. Gotta love filtering. Alright, so there we go. We did get the 16, 8 of each. Just because, remember, manulin is 1 ingot is made up of 1 of each of those guys. So there we go. We've got our plate. Cool. And then we want our sword blade as well. And don't forget, we've got a item hopper down here, so the item, once it's done being poured, is automatically being deposited into the chest. I forgot about that, and for a minute there was like, hey, where's all my stuff? Okay, ready for tool forge. We've got ourselves a cleaver ready to go. So if we put a paper tool rod, a cactus tool rod, manulin large plate, manulin sword blade, we've got the beheader. Dun dun dun. Now here's the deal. This beheader is not going to be doing too much damage. I mean, it's doing a similar amount of damage as a normal manulin sword, but if I really want to be able to do a lot of damage, I should upgrade it with some nether quartz, because that's basically your job, Mr. Beheader. So let's get ourselves some blocks of quartz. I mean, I'm thinking we're going to want, like, at least a lot of quartz on this thing. So let's get our tool forge here. I'm going to go ahead and throw this guy on, and we're going to quickly upgrade this guy with a bunch of modifiers so that he does a lot of damage, because wither skeletons are no joke. We don't want any part of them giving me problems. So let's see, we've got this stuff ready to go here. How are we doing with this? Almost done? Looks like it. So that still has a modifier on it. I'll stop here. So I'm getting, wow, decent amount of attack damage there. 11.5 hearts. Cool. That's a lot of attack. I'll take it. So we do have more modifiers available. We could make this even more powerful of a sword, but we're going to see how well it works for now, and then we'll think about doing a little bit more with it in a bit. So block of quartz can go away, and we've got our beheader. We've also got a safari net with a skeleton in there. Hey, wait, didn't I capture a wither skeleton? Why does it say skeleton on that? I'll tell you why. This is something I actually know the answer to. Behind the scenes of Minecraft, back in the deep bowels of the code, the way skeletons and wither skeletons are coded are similar to the way, I guess it's similar to the way spider jockeys and spiders are coded? I don't know all the details. Long story short, skeletons and wither skeletons are the same entity, believe it or not. They're the same mob. It's just that they have slight modifiers with regards to how much, or what type of mob they are, I guess it is what you're looking at. So basically, I didn't want to do that, but that's okay, it won't hurt. You're looking at the same mob, just, different data values on the mob or something like that. Long story short, they're the same mob. But, they're kind of like villagers. There's, one villager mob, but they have a bunch of different trades and a bunch of different dresses and outfits. So they're all different, but it's really one entity. Well, skeletons and wither skeletons are like that. And hey, speaking of villagers, nice. Everybody shut off for a minute. Okay, cool. I'll take that. Almost 20 emerald blocks. Told you this is a pretty good system, right? Though in fairness, I was running around doing a whole bunch of stuff for a while. I'll be back in a minute here. Let me tidy up this room and get it ready to be a spawn room for fighting in. Let me just tell you guys how good of an idea it was to make an auto crafting for tesseracts. It's the best. How far away did I make these? From the wall, 1, 2, and then the spawner. Okay, I'm kind of mirroring this design just to kind of like keep it like a little bit consistent with the way everything works out. Now there's no way I'm going to be able to reach a cable from all the way over here to all the way over there. So what I'm actually thinking is just straight up. I could probably just do it with straight red alloy wire. There's no need to do the whole thing that we've been doing before. So I'll just get some red alloy wire. That should be plenty. And we'll just do this behind the scenes of this thing. So let's see. We're going to want our tesseract and our auto spawner ready to go. Didn't I just grab my tesseract out of my system? Did I put it? Okay, yeah, I did. I put it down there already. Wow, it must be getting late because I am not paying attention. Alright, so we've got this guy and this guy set up. We're going to, I think, probably sneak behind the wall here. And we can just go like straight down. A good way to maybe check where we are. Ah, yeah, that's exactly where I want to be. Cool. Portable hole saved me again. Thank you. So I basically want to run the red alloy wire up to here. And then I can have the lever maybe sit right here. How's that sound? If I really wanted to get crazy, like I could have like a master computer control system that's all touchscreen and cool, but at this point I don't think it's necessary. So let's see, when this is on, you should have a steady idle bar, meaning you're not going to spawn. When you are off, you're there. Alright, you ready for a demonstration? Here's what not to do. Toss your safari net in here and expect to get wither skeletons. Warning, not gonna work. Dun 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 dun. Where's the skeletons at? Oh, I'm getting skeletons. What'd I tell you? Remember? Oh boy, there's a lot of them too. Alright, what not to do? Leave this on while demonstrating. Ouch. Alright, so if you want skeletons, that's a great way to do it. Remember what I told you earlier in the episode, how if you want to duplicate exactly the type of monster that you captured in a safari net, you have to put it in spawn exact copy mode. Yes. So notice how much more energy it's going to cost to do this. The work progress went from 15 to 50, so it needs a significantly larger number of mob essence and a larger amount of energy. So keep that in mind. One more thing before we proceed, we're going to cover this guy up with ethereal glass because I don't want those wither skeletons getting out. Now before I go ahead and start battling wither skeletons, we should probably protect ourselves a little bit. And here comes a new design that I just came up with that I want to use going forward. Let's check it out. I'm going to go ahead and automate the production of milk. Step 1, find cow. Yoink. Step 2, craft rancher. Step 3, craft fluid transposer. So what we're going to do is place our cow right there. Hello, Mr. Cow. And in front of him is going to go the rancher. Yeah, that's what I want. Hey, get back in there. I did not say you could leave. You have to stay down there. Thank you. Where'd my rancher go now? There it goes. Hey, there we are. Nice. Hang out there a minute, would you, Mr. Cow? I'm going to need some redstone cabling here. So where's that redstone energy cell? And we're going to need to give this guy some power, as we know. So the rancher requires power. If you recall, we used this rancher for a sheep farm not too long ago. Now we should have some power running down along here somewhere. Ah, there's a bunch of power. Cool. All right, let's go with maybe just run it down here and up into here. That should do. Hey look, we're getting milk. About once every 200 ticks or 10 seconds, we'll get a bucket of milk from this process. What I'm thinking I'd like to do then is empty that bucket of milk into a reinforced portable tank, which can hold 32 buckets. So let's do that. Let's see, we'll probably need some fluid ducts. Oh good, I have some. Now I'm not sure if these guys auto output or not. Let's see. I might want to move this thing. I think I will. This will cost a little bit more, but in the end it'll be worthwhile because it'll mean I can do my bucket thing that I want to do. Oh good, it does automatically output. So I don't have to set a redstone signal or anything like that. It'll automatically pour the buckets of milk out of the rancher into the reinforced portable tank. And you can see, like I said, we're getting a bucket every so often. Next, I want to set up the following coolness. Let's see. I'm going to put down a fluid transposer right there. That looks like a good spot for it, as good as any. In fact, let me pick that up and rotate him this way. Yeah, that works. Cool. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up so that the top slot is an input, because we want to fluid transpose things. In fact, let me clear them all. Top will be input. If I whack this guy with a wrench, it should dump all the milk into the buffer. Perfect. So now we're going to have a good buffer of milk available at all times. Then I'm going to set this up. Now, here's something really important to know with MFR. In vanilla Minecraft, you drink buckets of milk. Minefactory Reloaded changes milk because it actually makes milk an actual liquid. There is no liquid block of milk in vanilla Minecraft. So you know how there's like liquid blocks of water and lava? Well, in vanilla Minecraft, there's no liquid block of milk, but Minefactory Reloaded adds one. So when you right-click a bucket of milk, it's going to place it on the ground. That's not what you want, and I'll demonstrate that here in a minute. In the meantime, I'm also going to get some glass bottles, which I know how to craft, so I'm happy. Cool. And a bucket of milk. Come here, you. Thank you. So if we have a bucket of milk, like we're about to get right there, zoink, and we right-click it, it's not going to drink. It's going to place it on the ground and make a mess everywhere. It gives you haste. Neat. So we don't want to do that. No, sir. We want to go ahead and actually put it into glass bottles. So what I'm going to do then is set up my A system, and we're going to set the back portion of this guy to be input. So we can import, I thought that was the back. All right, maybe, oh, that's not back. That's back. Yeah, that's what I want. And we're going to input a glass bottle in there. Oh, fluid transposer doesn't work with milk in the glass bottles? All right, I'm going to have to find a better solution to that. Let's see. I know I can, like, probably just right-click this guy. No? Okay. All right, let me figure out how to get a glass of milk, because I know I can. I'm guessing there's an MFR machine I have to use. You have to combine them like that? All right, I guess. I was hoping I could fluid transpose it, but looks like we're going to have to do it that way. All right, so what we'll do is we'll do this. Bucket of milk plus glass bottle equals milk bottle. We'll go ahead and put you in the AE system. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Come back here, ME encoded pattern, you go in there. And then we're going to have another one that just basically says, hey, you know how to make buckets, right? Well, we'll have one empty bucket equals one milk bucket with an interface. And once that's done crafting, shouldn't be long. Tick-tock. Alright, so like I said, we need to encode a pattern here that basically says empty bucket equals milk bucket, encode, and that's going to go into an ME interface on the side of this guy. So we just do that. Don't forget to rotate it. It's not important to rotate, but it definitely helps. We'll have the output be on the, that side. There we go. That will be an import bus going into there, and then we just need a few cables, and we should be good to go. So I should be able to auto-craft milk bottles now. So let's see, cabling. And you can go there and connect to that guy. You can go there and connect to that guy. And what I should be able to do is say, hey, give me a milk bottle, please. One. And it'll go drop a bucket in the fluid transposer, craft it if it needs it. Fluid transposer will turn into a milk bucket. Milk bucket will then be combined with a milk bottle. And what's going on? Are you working here? Missing materials, milk bucket. Arg. Why are you missing materials? Milk bucket. Did you not make a milk bucket? Do you not know how to make a milk bucket? Didn't I just... Oh, wait. I forgot to put this in here. Ta-da! Now everybody's happy? There we go. Milk bucket goes in there. And we should have a milk bottle. See, it helps if you do what you're supposed to do. All right, cool. Next up, I want to make sure that these milk bottles are always available for me. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to add on a feature to my orange ender pouch. Cool. Let's take a look at what we can do with this. So what I want to do is make sure that I always have a handy amount of milk buckets with me. Now it's a little tricky to specify exactly how many items to put into an inventory. Okay, this is where things get a little hazy sometimes. Like I want to say, I don't want to fill this inventory with milk buckets because then I couldn't use my orange pouch like I usually do. And I might want to have other stuff always handy. Like maybe I want to have certain items that are always available in the center pouch whenever I need to grab them, right? So we're going to set that up now using interfaces and translocators. Let's do it. So we've seen the use of ME interfaces for injecting items directly into the network, and we've also seen them for use with crafting. Well, they have another feature. These are like such a multi-powerful, awesome block. They're one of my favorites and most useful blocks in Applied Energistics here. You can actually configure them not only to pull items in, but there's this little section up here that we haven't played with yet, export config. What you can do is you can specify to always export any items from the network into this block, and you can specify exactly how many to have. So when I exported a milk bottle, it said to keep one milk bottle in here at all times. This milk bottle is now accessible, and if I take it out, the AE system is going to craft a new one and place it in that export items again. Cool. Now I can actually increase this so that it actually goes up, and I can say, hey, do me a favor, keep 5 milk bottles in here at all times, would you? It'll go ahead and craft up to 5 milk bottles. If I give it any more extra milk bottles, it'll take them away. Awesome, right? So I can combine this with translocators. Let's do it. So you and, sneaking around to the back, you, and we're going to use the diamond nugget right on there. And again, we're going to use milk bottles. Yoink. And we're going to say, hey, do me a favor. Regulate this. Keep 5 milk bottles in there at about all times. Let's see if I can get this number correct. 5 milk bottles, all times. Boom. Now, it's going to auto-craft more milk bottles to keep the ME interface full, but it's also going to keep 5 milk bottles right in there. How cool is that, huh? Now, how did my spell wind up in here? Come back here, regen heal. So long story short, we've got milk bottles always available in our orange ender pouch, and we can add to this system very easily. Whenever I pull out 5 milk bottles, it's going to automatically repopulate them in the ender pouch. The AE system is going to craft more to repopulate the ME interface. Awesome, right? Yeah, I thought you guys might like that. The ender pouch won't pull out though, so if I put extra milk bottles in here, they'll stay in there, so don't worry about that. You can always just toss them back into the AE system when you're done if you don't need them. So we might expand on this system later. You know, it might be some other stuff we want to keep handy at all times, and what we'll do is we'll set that up to work correctly. Cool? Alright, so we've got that up and running now. So I think we're in good shape. Let me clean up my inventory, and we will be ready to fight some wither skeletons. So let's make sure we've got a bit of milk handy here, and this is how we drink it, by the way, out of bottles, like because we're civilized people and we don't drink out of buckets. And we're going to go ahead and set up our auto spawner. So this thing's ready to go. He's set to spawn exact copy. Yes, he's currently not running because he's receiving a redstone signal. We will disable the redstone signal and we'll start generating ourselves let's say a few wither skeletons, huh? Remember, we want to kill them with the beheading tool, and we should have a little spawn happening here pretty soon. There it goes. All right, cool. Nice. Wow, that is a good tool. Uh-oh, withering. Come on, drink it all. There we go. All right, cool. You might want to be careful with this because these guys are pretty nasty. Also, this thing, by the way, will slow down your ability to attack. Whenever you use it, you get a mining fatigue 3, which means you can't swing it quite as fast as another sword. So when you do swing it, it's a little slower. Keep that in mind, okay? So, hey, look at that. We already got 2 wither skeleton skulls. Beheading is the way to go. All right. We also got a couple necrotic bones, which are also very useful, and I'm debating if I want to throw that on my main dire sword here, because necrotic bones, when they're added to tools, heal you every time you hit an enemy. Could be pretty useful. All right, let's get a few more of these things, shall we? Cool. Ticking down the idle timer, and we should wind up with a few more wither skeletons. Now, if we wanted to at some point, we could probably automate this process. We'll see. Just got to be careful. You know what else I should have on my hotbar at all times? My healing spell. So if I do get into a bind, I can at least heal myself. Yoink. A little regeneration, a little instant healing. And we've got a pretty good system here. Remember, you're using a lot more of the energy and a lot more of the stuff that we've got, the mob essence stuff, to spawn an exact copy. Ouch. Ouch. I say as I run headlong into wither skeletons. Alright, back in a few. I'm going to need at least one more skull. Hey, all right. A few more fights later, I got myself another Wither Skeleton Skull. Now, if you really wanted to, you could plug this thing in here and let this guy just constantly run. There's two downsides to this, though. Number one, remember I said that this uses a lot more mob essence and a lot more energy to spawn an exact copy. So if you're really good on mob essence and you don't want to worry about it, go ahead and stick the auto spawner in here, get this guy running, and start chewing up. And it'll take a lot longer to get Wither Skeleton Skulls, but it will also be automated. So it's up to you if you want to automate it or not. I enjoy using the beheader and beheading them because, hey, look at that. I killed like 10 Wither Skeleton Skulls and I got 3 skulls. I mean, that's not too bad. We're also doing pretty well with our emerald production. We've got ender pearls ready to go. So if I ever need more ender pearls, it's just a matter of flipping a lever and we'll start getting endermen. I mean, we're doing pretty well here, guys. I think we've made some pretty good progress down in this basement. I do like the way it turned out with all 3 rooms here. Hello, enderman. Goodbye, enderman. And all in all, I think we worked out pretty well here. For now, we think we have to wrap up the episode. So this is Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Let's Play series. We've got Wither Skeleton Skulls. Next up, it's time to get ready to fight the Wither. I am going to want to prepare just a few things to make sure that I'm good. I mean, milk bottles are cool, but I might need something a little bit more protective when we bring on the Wither. I'm probably going to bring them into battle with me, though. I'm going to see what we can see to do. I don't know. We'll see how we make out. Anyway, take it easy, guys.